corporations now that have dropped DEI. Now, in the government, they did it because he ordered...
Backlash for what?
For too much DEI.
I don't think those people understand what DEI is. DEI is not the hiring of black people who are not qualified or
it can
people
be.
who are... No. That's not what it's about.
It can have that result.
Yes, Bill Maher destroyed this guy. I don't know how Bill Maher could actually even hold on to this interview for 2 hours. I was shocked. When you take a look at Don Lemon these days, he is crazy. I've watched him now for some time. It is like he is just chasing cloud every single day. Oh, Maga that, Maga this.
They did one thing, they did a sketch where Tom Hanks puts on a MAGA hat, so he's a Trumper, and then Keenan comes over to shake his hand, and he won't shake his hand.
Yeah.
And I said this on Fareed's show the other day. I found that that's so old. You know, I didn't vote for him. I get all the bad things about that administration, but if you think they don't shake black people's hands, it's just you're wrong. That's not who they are. Matt Gaetz shakes black people's hands. You know, Kid Rock will shake your hand. It's just not helpful to like think that half the country that's where they are. That's your
still. You're a comedian, you know. It's part of its comedy.
I understand.
But let's be honest. There's a huge faction of the MAGA movement that's really being racist.
I wouldn't say huge. No, I'd say partly.
I would say huge.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we have different perspectives.
I would say huge, and even if they're not, you have to overlook a lot of that in order to support Donald Trump, which I think is maybe even more egregious than just saying I'm a racist.
So what do you think is the worst? I mean, to me, the back in, was it 89 with the Central Park 5?
Yeah.
That was, to me, like the most egregious thing because it just seems so like, and then, of course, the Obama birth certificate, which...
You mean with Donald Trump?
With Trump.
What's the most egregious?
Yeah, I mean, he sued me, Trump did.
For the orangutan thing?
Yes, because I was making fun of that, because that was very racist. But also, like, he seemed to be just... I mean, there was something very animating about his like, just laser-focused drive about the Central Park 5 thing. That seemed to, you could feel the racism in there.
What was the payoff? Why was he there?
Yes, I have not seen a single case where a MAGA supporter is refusing to shake a black person's hand. I've not seen that. These people sitting for 2 hours and Don Lemon stirring up a discussion leading to race is something I knew it would come. That is what he's fond of. It is crazy. Oh, this is happening to you, happening to me because I'm a black, this guy. You know, I've watched him sometimes say this, but it's ridiculous to continue to do that. Not everything around you revolves around race. It is insane.
Running for office.
It was right. Yeah. It just seemed like just there's something in him, and of course we know his father was a virulent racist.
Yeah,
you know, and he grew up in a different time, and he's almost 80. And yes, I understand that element to it, but you know, to ascribe to all the people who voted for him, which is a majority of the country.
I didn't say all the people.
Yeah, I understand.
It's not a majority, it's plurality.
Well, whatever it is, he won.
Yeah.
It's at least half the country. I mean, to ascribe his worst traits to all of them.
I don't think it's half the country, but go on.
Well,
what is to whatever?
How do you win an election?
Well,
and the popular
first it's
vote.
the electorate. Not everybody votes, and I don't think I think most of the people in America don't vote, and I don't think it's half the country. So what I'm saying is, I don't think half the country is racist, and I don't think all of MAGA is racist. But I do think that there's a huge element in the MAGA party that is racist, whether they are conscious of it or not. Some of them are not, and if they are not, they have had to overlook a lot of racism and a lot of bigotry. And if you do that and you say, I'm okay with this,
No.
I think that makes you worse than someone who just says, "Hey, I'm a racist," and they tell you.
But some of it is just a backlash to what they think was going too far, like all these corporations now that have dropped DEI. Now, in the government, they did it because he ordered
Backlash for what?
for too much DEI.
I don't think those people understand what DEI is. DEI is not the hiring of black people who are not qualified or
It can
people
be.
who are. No. That's not what it's about.
It can have that result.
But anything can.
100% can have that result. And
Yes.
I'm sorry, I just paused it.
There is something
Don Lemon's
these
about to say
people will never
anything can
accept.
have that result. I don't know if he's about to say that, but if he is,
Hiring
no, it
people
can't.
based on merit
If we just
is
give
the
people
best
jobs
way
and give
to
people
do it.
positions, get people into college
Don't put up certain
who deserve to be
criteria
there
like,
in
you
whatever
need to be
position,
black,
that's
you
not
need
going
be
to happen.
this, you
We're
need-
never going to have black people or
You
white
will
people
put
or
up
Asian people
in
getting
certain
jobs that they don't deserve
that
because we'll be hiring
It will bounce at
only
the end.
solely
I've
based
seen
on
it over and
who
over.
deserves
There
the
are
job.
people
So
that
how
are
the hell
not
could someone get a job that they don't
competent in doing
deserve
certain
when we're
things
only
based on
hiring
the
based on who
criteria
deserves the job
they
and who
were
doesn't?
hired? And
It's
that is
very,
exactly
very
what's
easy for someone to
happening
get a job that they
with
don't
the Biden
deserve whenever we're
administration.
hiring for
So
what
the
color
Lemon
skin
sitting
you
here
are
struggling to say
primarily
defend this is
versus who
crazy.
deserves the job, who has the qualifications and the
And
pedigree to
I've
get a
not
job
seen
or to get into a certain
case
college.
where they
And it's
said,
Don
oh,
Lemon's right. It's not
these
just
black
about
people were
hiring
hired
black
because
people.
of this.
It's also
It was
about
not
hiring
meant for
women
a
in positions that they don't
particular
deserve. It's
group
also
of
about not
Because I still
not getting
believe
too
that
many
there are
Asian
white
students
people
into
that
Ivy League schools
were
because
affected
there's
as a
too high of a
result of this.
concentration
So I
of
don't
Asian
get the
students.
point
What
why
is that?
this guy is
That's
struggling to
ridiculous,
portray
man.
this
That's
way.
the
Of course, it could have that result, but there's no evidence that it does have that result. And
Oh, I
so
don't know about that.
Okay, so then what is your evidence? There's no evidence that there is that result. If you can show me the evidence, then okay, then I will agree with you.
Well, I'm not going to name any names.
Okay, but
I'll just say
diversity,
that.
equity, inclusion, first of all, is not, maybe they're talking about affirmative action, which is a whole different thing, which is about making sure you hired, a certain number of people that are this, that, and that. But diversity, equity, and inclusion is about making sure that the pool of candidates is larger. So if you are fishing, rather than fishing in a swimming pool, maybe you're in a pond. Rather than fishing in a pond, you're in a lake, or maybe in a lake instead of a river, or in a river and you're in the ocean. So you're just trying to find different people, and you're trying to increase the number of options of qualified people that you can hire. It's not about hiring people who are not qualified
If you enjoy content like this, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out a ton. Let's get back to the video.
and who are just black. The biggest recipient of DEI is white women, and also veterans, because of veterans, and also people who are disabled people. It's just about making sure that disabled people have a ramp somewhere at work so that they get to work and they
Understood,
can
but
whatever.
equity is the word, not equality. That it was a change that people noticed. Equality was everybody gets an equal shot. Equity is like, no, it's basically quotas. Equity is we're going.
It's quotas. I don't think that America's never been about everybody getting an equal shot.
No, it certainly hasn't been. No one's contesting that.
No.
But that's what the idea, the old school liberal idea was, we need to strive for equality. That changed to equity. This is what some people are against, and reasonable people can disagree on it without being racist. Having said that, there are of course racists in this country. There always will be, just like there will always be criminals.
I agree, but I think the people who are disagreeing about it, they need to understand exactly what it is. I think people who disagree may not understand what it is. Now, I have an issue with DEI because I think when you make it a religion, it's not, then you end up with Val Frank.
I always say this. If you are in a country and you don't see things working out for you, move to another place. Yeah, if you're in America, things are not going the way you want, move to another country. That's simple. Don Lemon insisting, struggling to disagree with Bill Maher, hearing the truth, it's something that I don't get it. And it will always be like that. They know the truth, but they will not accept that. Giving everybody equal shot, that has always been this people's idea. It should not be that way. Merit should be the topic of discussions, should be the topper positions when you are giving out positions to people. Select the brilliant ones. Not about, oh, you belong to this class, or
Approaching 2 months in, I mean, you must have a feeling in your gut. Look me in the eye and tell me you don't. That this is really going badly, and I shouldn't have thrown my lot in with this team.
Oh, no, I feel the opposite.
All right. Tell me why.
I'm so sorry, Bill.
No, tell me why.
No, I feel so proud of, I mean, I was never a Republican or a conservative. I was a leftist, and I am still a leftist. I'm just a Maga leftist now because...
That makes no sense.
Well, would you like me to explain it to you?
Please do, yes, please.
When I look at what President Trump ran on and the agenda that he's enacting right now, he took a Republican Party that was built on social conservatism, foreign interventions and wars, and free trade and free markets. And he basically took an axe to all of those.